Howdy folks, I'm Mr. Ryan, and this is an introductory video for all of the students who are going to be taking the summer RVC course for 9th grade math, which we often call Algebra 1, okay? I'm going to be the teacher of the class, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that class. We're going to go through a little checklist here of things that I think are important just as an introduction to you, okay? So I actually have a lot of experience teaching online classes. I've been teaching online for about 20 years, asynchronous classes, mostly economics, but I have taught math online. And what we're going to do in this class is I'm going to teach you basically the whole year 9th grade math, which we often call Algebra 1. I'm going to teach you the whole curriculum, and I'm going to help you to get through it, okay? All right, so one of the things that I've learned in teaching online for for about 20 years is that the secret to success in an online class is communication. The students that I have had who have regularly communicated with me about important things regarding the class, they communicate with me early and often, and I'm going to mention that in just a little bit. So we need to have a mentality of me regularly communicating with you and you regularly communicating with me, because we're just not going to see each other face to face very much, okay? All right, so let's talk about how to do the class. We got our welcome out of the way. Let's talk about how to do the class. Okay, well, this is an online class. Almost all online classes are done, meaning the things that you do to learn are happening in what's called an online LMS, a learning management system or learning management software. Here at Rockdale County, we use Canvas, which I consider to be one of the best LMSs out there. I've used 4 or 5 different LMSs over the last 20 years, and I have found Canvas to be the best one that I have ever used. And so I'm really excited that Rockdale County uses Canvas, okay? So what you're gonna do to be able to do the class day by day, okay, throughout the course of the class, is you're gonna first log in to ClassLink. So on your, oops, I hit the wrong button there. On your laptop, you're gonna open Edge, okay? So you're going to open up an Edge browser, and then you're going to see sign into ClassLink, which you're accustomed to. This is going to be done on a Rockdale County laptop. So if you don't have a Rockdale County student laptop, then you need to get one or communicate with me. We need to arrange for you to be able to have a laptop to be able to do the class. You're going to go to sign in with Microsoft here. There we go. And once you sign in to ClassLink, you're going to find the one that says Canvas. When you click on Canvas, it's going to open up and it's going to go to what's called your Canvas dashboard, okay? On your Canvas dashboard, you should see the Algebra 1 or the 9th grade math class. If you do not see it on your dashboard, then over on the left, you have to click on Courses. And when you click on Courses, it's going to open up a list, and somewhere in that list should be your 9th grade math class, the one that we're doing over the summer, okay? All right, so that's basically how you do the class. Is we're going to go into every day, you're going to log in, go to Edge, ClassLink, and open up Canvas, and then open up the course, okay? Well, let's talk about an overview of the assignments. What are you going to do over the next 6 weeks? Because this is a 6-week class. 6 weeks is a very short amount of time for you to learn all of the 9th grade math content. And so what I've done is, or what I'm in the process of doing, is creating the assignments so that you can get all of the knowledge that you're supposed to get, and I'm sort of going to cut away at the fat because we have to get all of that knowledge in 6 weeks, okay? Like I said, I'm experienced in teaching asynchronously online, and so I know how to do this, or at least I'm confident that I'll be able to do this. So there is a summer Algebra 1 schedule This is the one for the first year that we're doing right now. And it has every single day, May 30th, we start on May 30th, then May 31st, June 1st, June 2nd, etc. Okay? But let me give you the highlights here. Basically, here's what's going to happen. You are going to take one exam per week. The exam will be due, the weekly exam will be due by Wednesday at midnight, every single week. So you know, and this is another secret to online learning, is that you have to develop habits. You have to do the same things on the same days. And so every exam is due on Wednesday at midnight. So you know that Wednesday is exam day. Now you could take the exam early. It doesn't have to be Wednesday, but that's when I have it scheduled to be due, okay? All right, so there's gonna be one exam per week due on Wednesday. Then every Thursday at 10 a.m., there's going to be a 1 hour online meeting. So what you'll do is I'll send you a link in your email, which you will check every day. And I'll tell you, hey, here's the link to the meeting that we're gonna meet at. And then you'll be able to click on the link, and then we will meet online and we'll talk about whatever I think we need to talk about, okay? Now, every single week, there are going to be 4 lessons. A lesson is gonna be comprised, so any one lesson, and you're gonna do 4 of them every week, okay? A lesson is going to include a 20-minute, approximately 20, a 20-minute video where I explain some math concept or concepts to you, and I do some examples and show you how to do them. And then every lesson is going to involve a paper learning sheet. Now, this is going to be either a one-sided or two-sided piece of paper. You'll see the PDF, you'll open up the PDF on your computer, and you'll need to print it on paper. Now, if you can't print it on paper, then I will figure out how to print it myself for you and then deliver it to you, okay? Somehow or another we'll meet up and I'll give you these learning sheets, okay? And what you'll then do is, on the paper learning sheet with a pen or a pencil, you at home, after watching the 20-minute video, you will work out the math problems, okay? You'll work them all out on the paper, okay? And then what you'll do is you will either scan that sheet of paper or you will take a picture of it. You'll take a photo of it. And then you will upload that scanned document or the photo, you'll upload it into Canvas, okay? And then what I will do is I will give you feedback, okay? So if I look at it and if everything looks like you did well, you learned, you did all the questions correctly, you're just gonna get 100 and you won't hear from me again, okay? But if there are a few questions where you did them wrong and I feel like you didn't quite get the concept, what I'll do is I will email you and tell you, hey, look, these questions, you got them wrong, and give you a little bit of information. And then I'm gonna ask you to take your paper and erase your answers that you did that you got wrong and redo them until they're correct. Then you will scan or take a picture of the corrections and upload them to me, and then I will give you 100. My goal is that you will have 100 for every single one of these paper learning sheets. And there's gonna be 4 per week, 4 of these per week. For example, the first week, there's lesson 1.1, lesson 1.2, lesson 1.3, and lesson 1.4, okay? So I recommend that you need to be doing this maybe 1 lesson per day. And you need to keep coming back every day, okay? You can't work on this class 1 day and then not come back to it for 9 more days. You have to be doing this probably every single day, okay? All right, let's see here. All right, so that's our overview of the schedule and assignments. And again, you can look at the algebra schedule. What about the exams? How are you going to do the exams? The exams are going to be digital. You will not do those on paper. The exams will be done inside of Canvas, and you will see a link in the modules. It'll say exam 1, and it'll give you the day that it's due, and then you just click on that exam. And I usually give students a couple chances at each exam. So if you take the exam, and let's say that you get a 73, I want you to get at least probably like a 90 or 95, okay? So then what you can do is you can retry the exam and then try to get a 90 or 95. Now the questions aren't always the same on the second exam. So if you take it once, you'll get a bunch of questions. If you take the exam again, a few of those questions may be the same, but most of them are probably going to be different questions. They're going to be of the same sort. You know, the basic question will be the same, but the numbers or the graphs might be different, okay? All right. Last couple things here are, listen, you need to make a habit of checking your email every day, twice a day. Check your email twice a day. Get in the habit. I know you're in the habit, if you have a phone, you're in the habit of checking your phone to see if you got any texts or notifications, okay? Well, you need to get in the habit of checking your email, your school email, twice per day to see if I've sent you an email, okay? So get in that habit, check your email twice per day, okay? And I'm not saying check it at 10:30 in the morning and then check it at 11:15 in the morning. No, I mean if you're checking it at 10:30 in the morning, the second time you check it should be like, let's say 7:30 at night, okay? You should be checking your email a couple times a day. And if I send you an email and I ask you to respond and reply to that email, do it right away. Don't wait 3 days to reply to my email. In the working world, people who work with computers, they use email mainly to communicate with one another and share documents, okay? Texting is casual, it's fine for casual communication, but for important work communication, we use email. And it is professional to reply to an email within 24 hours. Even if you're gonna reply and just say, I don't know the answer to your question, but I'm checking into it, at least reply to the email, okay? All right, very similarly, twice a day, make a habit of logging into Canvas twice a day. Check the class, look to see if there are any announcements. The reason you have to develop a habit of logging into Canvas is because it's very easy to forget that you're in a math class. The summer is busy, there's lots of things to do, you know, with your friends or with your family, and then you forget, oh man, I haven't even looked at the class in 4 days. Don't let that happen. Log into Canvas every single day and see, do I have an assignment that's due today? I do. Yes, you do. You have an assignment due almost every day because 6 weeks is a very short amount of time to get through an entire year of 9th grade math, okay? So you're gonna log into Canvas, you're gonna make a habit of it, and you're gonna do it at least twice a day, maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times, okay? All right, the last thing I wanna say is about communicating with me. You need to, in an online class where you don't go in the room and see your professor, where you can raise your hand and ask the teacher a question, in those kinds of classes, if you're not seeing your teacher 2 or 3 times a week, then you have to, what you would normally raise your hand and say, hey, I'm not gonna be here on Thursday, okay? You need to do that through email. So you have to communicate with me early and often. And ideally, here's the key. Before you solve your problem. Here's what I mean by before you solve your problem. Here's how it goes. A lot of times students have a problem, okay? Their laptop, you know, something's wrong with their laptop, okay? And then the problem goes on for about maybe 7 or 8 days. After the problem is over, finally they email their teacher and they say, oh yeah, I had a problem with my laptop. Okay, well for 8 days, I had no idea what was going on. As far as I was concerned, you had quit the class and you had just moved on. You missed an exam, you missed turning in assignments. But if your laptop breaks and within 1 hour, you figure out how to send me an email, because you can email me from your phone or from somebody else's phone. Somehow you can communicate with me. Your parent or guardian can communicate with me, okay? If there's a problem in your life somehow, okay, you get in a car accident or you have to go to the doctor 3 times in 1 week, you can tell me about that before it's over. You can tell me as soon as you can so that I can help you along the way. I can say, oh yeah, their laptop's messed up, so I'm gonna have to give them an extension on their exam. But if you wait until the whole thing is over, you have dropped off the planet as far as I'm concerned. Do not do that. Communicate with me early and often, every day. Mr. Ryan, you know that there's something wrong with my laptop. I just want to touch base with you and let you know that they said I'm going to have it back in 2 more days. And then I email you back and say, that's great. We'll figure things out as soon as you get there. In the meantime, here are some YouTube videos so that you can watch them on your phone and you can keep up, okay? I can help you figure out ways to keep up even if you're having problems in your life. But only if you communicate with me early and often. Communication is one of the most important elements of being successful in online learning, okay? All right, if you have any questions, go ahead and send me an email, and we'll try and get you started pretty well, but just know when this class starts on the very first day of class, you need to log into Canvas through ClassLink on your school laptop, and there should be an announcement there and some guidance on how to get started, okay? Again, I am Mr. Ryan, and I'm going to be your teacher for this 9th grade math course over the summer.